get into it. Culture camps.
Hello.
Manchester derby.
That's exactly what it was.
Michael Carrick.
Who's that? Michael Carrick? Yo, I only know Mikel Carrick. Who's Michael Carrick? I only know Mikel Carrick, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, what? Did you see that display? Nah, that wasn't from England. That was Mikel Carrick, bro. You know what I mean? That's not from England. Who's Michael Carrick, bro?
Sam Aladici.
Mikel Carrick,
bro.
Chidori just said Mikel Carrick.
Thank you, bro. Come on, man. Don't play with me, bro.
Sick.
Don't play with my gaffer.
You see life, yeah? You see life, yeah? When the old guy came with the hood rich jacket, it was swag. When my guy came with the Molina wool overcoat, they didn't say it was swag because it's Michael Carrick.
And collar up.
Collar up like Cantona. You see the reference?
Embrace Old Trafford. Mikel Carrick. Embrace the scene. OT, the settings. He said OT is a mad place. You know when they say the Bernabeu 90 minutes is a very long time. OT is a mad place. Yo.
But let's set the scene. Before this game, a lot has happened, right? The manager has been dismissed. There's been talks of the ball level, etc. There's been murmurings of who wants to come in, who doesn't want to come in. There was a process of bringing in a former United player, and they went with Michael Carrick. Now, for context, Michael Carrick managed 3 games for Manchester United last time. 2 wins, 1 draw. Unbeaten as United manager. A lot of people, including former legends, called out his failures at Middlesbrough. And we're very harsh about it, in my opinion. But it's coming. And the first thing I want to say is there's been talk of the United way. They've been throwing this United way thing anyhow. I can't lie.
You saw a bit of it.
I can't lie.
You saw a bit of it.
I saw a little bit of it. I can't lie. When I saw Fergie smile, yeah, I said...
When's the last time you saw Fergie happy like?
Oh, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
So this is what they meant.
Yes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. You know, winning your duels, showing a bit of heart, triangle passes, through balls,
wide
being direct,
play.
width. I was like,
Speed.
okay.
This
is what Sir Alex was. Okay, I understand it now. But talk to me from your perspective. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm over the moon. Over the moon. What a performance that was. That was domination. We could have won 5-6. We could have won 5 or 6. That's how much we dominated that game. And people can point, statistics. I think City had more possession. Yeah, with your little pointless passes. Manchester United were the better team from start to finish. Maguire should have scored right from the beginning. He ended up missing that chance. But we kept going. Every aspect. We were pressing them. Winning the ball high up, making them make mistakes. Rodri making mistakes. Ayling, that centre-half, making mistakes. We were forcing them into errors. It was a perfect performance in terms of how you're going to set up against your rivals, let alone a team as good as Man City. And I saw statistically, it's the biggest XG defeat that Man City have ever had. Dominance. Absolute dominance. Pep got schooled. It's a simple... We were talking about Callum McFarlane. Nah. Mikel Carrick. That was the real schooling. You know when Man United fans have been talking about this game against Arsenal at the beginning of the season, where they feel so hard down? I always think that performance is overrated. This is a real performance. And this is our best performance in 2-3 years. The game was Man United v Barcelona in the Europa League when we beat them at home. Yeah. I loved that performance, right? But this one, for me, since then... Maybe somebody could say FA Cup final, but since then, is the best performance we've had. And absolutely given that it was never going to be under Ruben Amorim. Let me tell you that. Good fucking riddance. Good riddance. Sorry, good riddance. And all you poisonous, nasty fans. Because you know what's funny? They'll call us, the ones that wanted Amorim out, the poisonous fans. No, you see how happy I am? You see how we're celebrating the wins? These guys, when Man United drew against Burnley, Darren Fletcher, this is what you wanted. This is where are those people? I haven't heard of them today. My comments with Burnley had about 500 comments. Today I've only got about 200 and something. Yo, where's the other 300? Hey, yo, where's the other 300?
They're doing runners.
Yeah, they're doing runners because you guys are the ones that turn around and say, oh, you only be player FC, you don't need manager. You guys are manager FC. You know, I hate all this FC shit, but that's what they are. That's what they are. I'm not hearing no talk about how come today I'm not hearing about Kobbie Mainoo's not good enough to play Premier League football. Oh, the league is too
some of them players.
The league is too intense for him. How come I'm not hearing that today? Huh? Or how come I'm not hearing it's not about the formation today? Why am I not hearing that? Because you see the way we set up, compact. You know, it's funny because I was listening to the game on no volume. I wasn't watching the game on volume. But I knew that they will start saying Man United are working harder than ever. And apparently Gary Neville did say, looks like they're running a little bit more. No. They're not doing pointless running anymore. That's the difference. Those players did not down tools on Amrim. Do not try and push that narrative. They did not down tools. Yeah. They were tactically absolutely let down by the worst manager to ever manage Manchester United. Simple. These guys have been putting in effort all season. Today, we had a clear instruction. Dorgu and Ahmad double up on Semenyo and Doku. You know, Pep Foy will hit us with a surprise of some wing duo. You know what I mean? No, double up on them. They did brilliant. Our wingers and our fullbacks. Then in the midfield, make sure that every time, even if there is a way they get through the ball, make sure that there's a centre midfielder that they're facing. We did our job perfectly. And that way, when you're compact, all of a sudden your press looks cohesive. All of a sudden, Bruno gets the ball, Kobbie's right there. Kobbie gets the ball, Casemiro's not right there. Bro, I used to be seeing Casemiro and Bruno having to pass the ball 15 yards to each other. Why are you so far away from each other? What is going on? That was a perfect performance. We can talk about individuals in a sec. But Carrick absolutely got it spot on. And Pep Guardiola and Man City, I'm sorry. We can talk about some, bro, Foden getting hooked at halftime. Haaland getting dragged. Everything that went on.
Dark.
Listen.
We'll talk about City, but before we go into players, I want to give Carrick his just dues as well, because I didn't like the narrative that was pushed by former United players. Put it this way, people online are saying that John Terry gave more support to Michael Carrick than former United players, which is spooky. Like, I don't understand how. And it was
outside looking in. Yeah, is always sometimes.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean.
But the Roy Keane thing about Steve Howlett, like I understand the premise of where he's coming from. I understand the premise, but at least wait for the first game to happen, because you got to remember that it's not just you're not just talking about the manager. You're talking about players and everything that are going to buy into what's going on for the rest of the season. Yeah. And like I said before, in the 3 games he was there, Carrick did well last time. In his time under Oli, whatever anyone says, he was instrumental to the good parts of what United were. So he deserves his run of it being like without too much noise. Yeah,
I don't think Keane's problem was Carrick per se. I think his thing was
Steve Holland.
Okay, no, but the thing is, his thing was okay. You guys are saying Steve Holland is qualified. Fair enough. But what is the Johnny Evans thing? Which I'm not gonna lie, I personally understand it. But look, the only way you silence all of this talk is by winning. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of which, actually, which some of the former players were talking about, one of the battles was actually Lisandro. They were talking about,
I didn't agree with that one. That was very harsh. I'll be honest. That was borderline abusive.
But once
I don't
again,
agree with that. Yeah,
he's shut Haaland up.
Yeah,
and it's another game where you're like, yo, this size talk that you always hear with Lisandro, he always seems to come up trumps. Another one I want to talk about, Bruno.
I was going to say his
I
name.
Thought Bruno was brilliant. I thought Bruno was brilliant.
We've talked about obviously big games and things like that, and then there's certain moments where you feel like, you know, he could do more as a guy. Today was one of them ones that stood up and counted.
Yeah, leading the press as well. You know what it is? I actually thought the midfield 3 were brilliant today. I thought, because when you look at Bruno, Casemiro and Kobbie as a 3, they sometimes don't complement each other. Sometimes, like, Kobbie wants to keep the ball and drive and dribble, and then Bruno always is automatic going forward, and then Casemiro sometimes positionally is a bit weird, or sometimes he's just doing these first time over the top part. It's like nobody wants to really, it's no cohesiveness there. But today they were so cohesive as a unit, and Bruno Fernandes just adding that spark of quality, which, you know, we know Bruno's got X factor. It's all the pieces together, the leading the press. You know what I mean? He wasn't keeping the ball a lot, but there wasn't that many moments where I was like, bro, you're just aimlessly kicking the ball. No, it was like, okay, I see what you're doing there. You know what I mean? I see what you're doing. So I thought he was brilliant today. And I was talking about his assist. Like, bro, how many attacking midfielders, Simmons, maybe Cole Palmer might do it. I don't know about this current Cole Palmer. They passed that ball to Ahmad. I was looking at it like, okay, give it to Ahmad. But then Bruno hits the reverse. and Bruno goes to score, saying, listen, some people are going to say it's only a 5-yard pass. Anyone can do it. No, it's not about that. It's about understanding your players. Yeah. It's about understanding that Ahmad, exactly the weight of it. It's also understanding that Ahmad, I passed it to him. Yeah, he looks more free. That's his right foot.
Yeah.
That's a wasted.
It's IQ.
Actually, you know what? Mbumo, I'm going to reverse it. You're going to get that. And it was brilliant, man. It's the X factor that we know.
The one thing I want to say quickly on that is there's a graph that's been flying around about clutch goals and assists. Obviously, now Bruno would have more than Haaland for this season. It would probably take him to 12 or 13.
What's the definition of
the definition that they use for clutch and clutch goals and assists was either a goal or assist that takes you to be ahead or level within a game. So like key involvements essentially. Okay. So not like extra goals and whatnot. Yeah. So before this game, Haaland had 12 goals, 0 assists. Bruno had 4 goals, 7 assists. And obviously the stuff he did today would have added to that. And it just goes to show you, like I've always said that post the Fergie era, he's been the one signing for me that whether you love him or hate him, he has been what a Manchester United signing should be. I think he's the one that hasn't depreciated in value or quality over time as well. Because you get some players that, you know, they might just hold the same. No, Bruno has not gone down. He's anything gone forward.
Yeah, it was roles that they've all played before. And it's almost like, for me, I think this speaks more to the coaching, if anything, as well. In terms of, you've got the same players that were there. Bruno, Casemiro, Kobe.
But we never signed a player.
Who a year ago, if you said they're going up against Foden, Bernardo and Rodri.
You say long day.
Long day, they're getting schooled, they're getting mopped off the park. But the fact that they can come off today, that speaks to coaching to me. And then even today, the system, the way you set them up, the way you're able to kind of be better than them, even though it's at home, you still dominated that game. And once again, that comes down to coaching. But Dorgu's one where I'm like, bro, over the last couple of weeks, I don't even know if this is coaching or if this is him where he's just found that bit of confidence. Because since he's come, I feel like he's been inconsistent with both his start, his role, his performances, and then all of a sudden, that right wing game, he realized, got a bit of license. I can do what I want.
It reminds me of like
the shackles just came off, bro.
I don't want to put the two on the same level in any way, shape, or form. But you know, like if you think of like Valencia, old school Valencia, Wigan, like when it started, it was traditional right back.
It was actually the other way around.
It was the other way around, you get it. And then it was kind of like, no, bro, like if we give you a bit of license to go forward and put the ball across, we have something. He's been given a little bit of license to be like, don't worry about if you make a mistake, but you can offer value going forward. And sometimes his decision making obviously is going to improve, but it's working because
he's 20 years old.
Yeah,